Alright everyone, welcome back to phase 2, client acquisition. This is where things really start to pick up. In phase 1, we laid the groundwork, choosing your niche, creating your offer, building your brand, and warming up your emails. Now in phase 2, it's all about turning that foundation into paying clients. And in this lesson, I'll show you exactly how I do that using cold email. The tool I use is called Instantly.ai, and honestly, it's been a game changer. It saved me hours compared to the old school way of scraping, warming, and sending emails manually. Now, quick disclaimer. It's not a free tool, it's a couple of $100s a month. But here's the thing, you can build your email list, run your campaigns and cancel it after the first 1 or 2 months if you like. However, I would recommend keeping it because it rolls everything into one. LinkedIn Sales Navigator, scrapers, warm-up tools, list management, all in one dashboard. Now, let's dive in and I'll walk you through exactly how to set it up. Setting up Instantly. When you first sign up for Instantly, the software will automatically start warming up your email inbox. That means it sends small test emails back and forth with other Instantly users. This tells Gmail, Outlook and other providers that this inbox is active, safe and trustworthy. That matters because if you skip this step, your cold emails will most likely go straight to spam. And let me explain why I think cold email is the best starting point for beginners in lead generation. It's easier. You don't need to be a copywriting genius. Short, simple emails are all you need to start conversations. It's cheaper. You don't need to risk thousands on ads up front. All you need is a domain, a few inboxes and Instantly. It's scalable. Once you've got a script that works, you can let Instantly handle the volume. Hundreds of emails a day on autopilot. I'll be honest with you, when I first started out, I wasted a lot of money on ads and I got nothing back. Don't get me wrong, ads do work, but if you've got no real experience running them, the chances are you'll just burn through cash. And worse, you'll struggle to get clients on top of that. That's usually when people start thinking lead generation doesn't work and they quit. That's why I recommend email first. It's the fastest and cheapest way to book calls, land clients and build some cash flow. Then, once you've got a few clients and you're confident in your system, that's the time to run ads. Because at that point, every lead you generate from ads is pure proof you can deliver. So here's the takeaway. Start with cold email. Build your confidence, land a few clients and get some wins on the board. Then, layer on ads when you're ready to scale. Alright, let's move on to one of the most important parts of client acquisition, building your list. Because here's the thing, if you don't have the right type of email, it doesn't matter how good your copy is or how clever your offer sounds. You just end up talking to the wrong audience. And that's why list building is so crucial. It's not about blasting 10,000 random emails. It's about sending the right message to the right people at the right time. Now the good news is, tools like Instantly.ai make this a lot easier than it used to be. Instead of scraping LinkedIn for hours or buying dodgy lists online, you can buy high quality prospect lists in minutes. There are 2 main ways to do it. Firstly is by using super search. So what you're going to do, go to this magnifying glass icon. This is super search. So I'm going to type something like roofers in California. And what super search does is, it pulls up hundreds of thousands of contacts that you can go and email to try and get your first lead. So Instantly also applies sensible filters based on your query. And it's great for quick prospecting. Or the other way to do it is, add manual filters. So you can set up your ICP explicitly. For example, job titles, seniority, department, marketing, location, etc. And so what you want to do is essentially click on this button here and you can see all the filters pop up. So you can pick by job titles, things like CEO, COO, etc. And as you can see, it filters based on your options you've selected. I'm just going to click off this for now. You can pick management levels and different levels of seniority based off department. And when we're reaching out to clients, of course you want to make sure that we're getting in front of decision makers. So CEOs, directors, that sort of thing. You can select your location. In this example, I picked California. The industry, it auto-selected real estate and construction for us already. You can also filter out industries to make sure you've got the right ones and add specific keywords like roofing, for example. There you are. And of course, you can exclude some keywords, the number of employees, total revenue, so on and so forth. Have a play around with this and you can find your ideal client. Put that into a lead list and start emailing them right away. Verify your leads. Run your list to an external verifier. This adds another safety net. Tools like Million Verifier or Zero Bounce are perfect for this. All you have to do is sign up, purchase some credits, around $10 is enough to get you started, and upload your lead list from Instantly. Million Verifier will bulk clean it, and Zero Bounce can filter out catch-all and risky addresses. Now you might be wondering, what's a catch-all email? A catch-all is when a company sets up their mail server to accept any email sent to their domain, even if that address doesn't exist. For example, if the domain is abcroofing.com and you email info@abcroofing.com, sales@abcroofing.com, or even random name@abcroofing.com, the server accepts all of them. Million Verify will bulk clean your list, and Zero Bounce takes it a step further by flagging risky addresses and any catch-all emails. Here's the issue. Many of those inboxes aren't monitored. Some just dump into a big unorganized folder, and often they never get checked at all. The result? If you keep emailing catch-alls, you'll rack up bounces, and too many bounces tell Gmail and Outlook that you're spamming, which hurts your sender reputation and pushes your emails into the junk folder. That's why we clean and filter. Verified emails mean fewer bounces, better deliverability, and more replies. Early on, I recommend removing catch-alls altogether to protect your domains. Later, once you've built trust and warmed your inboxes properly, you can test them more carefully. Think of it like posting a letter to an office building without a name on it. Sure, it arrives at the building, but the person you wanted to reach might never see it. Create the campaign. Alright, now that you built your list, it's time to actually put it to work. This is the step where we move from research mode into outreach mode, because building a perfect list means nothing if you don't start sending emails. Inside Instantly, this will happen in the Campaigns tab. This is where you'll take the leads you gathered, drop them into a campaign, and then set up your email sequence. Think of a campaign as your engine. It's what connects your leads to your emails, track replies, and keeps everything organized. Once it's running, the system handles the heavy lifting, sending messages automatically, following up, and logging the results. So in this section, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to add leads into a campaign, build a simple but effective sequence, and write your first outreach email. This way you'll have a live campaign running, and you'll already be ahead of 90% of beginners who never get past list building. Here are some extra tips when creating your emails. Spam checker. Scan your emails before they go out so they don't sound spammy. I'm talking words or phrases that might trigger filters. Think words like free, guarantee, act now, or no cost. If you do mention them, make sure to reframe them in a softer, more natural language. For example, instead of saying 100% free, you could say on the house or no charge. Spin tags. Spin tags lets you rotate small parts of your email so every message doesn't look identical. You can switch out greetings like hi, hey, hello, or swap short phrases in the body. This prevents patterns that spam filters pick up on, and it makes your outreach look more human. It's especially useful once you're sending at volume. A/B variants. Don't try to test 10 things at once. That just creates noise. Keep it simple. Test 2 subject lines and 2 body variants maximum. That way you get a clear signal on what's working without overcomplicating things. Once you see a winner, double down on it and then start testing something new. The goal here isn't to be clever. It's to make sure your emails land in inboxes, sound natural, and give you real data to work with. Follow-ups. Here's the truth. Most of your replies won't come from your first email. The first email just gets you seen. The second and third keep you on their radar, and that's often when they reply. But here's the key. Keep your follow-up short, simple, and value-led. You're not trying to close the deal in the inbox. Your only goal is to start the conversation. Here's an important note. Don't drop a booking link in your first email. That's too much too soon. Earn the reply first. When they raise their hand and say they're interested, then you move on and book a call. Schedule and sending. Now let's talk about how to actually send your emails the right way. This part often gets ignored, but it's critical if you want good deliverability and to keep your domain safe. Number 1. Send during business hours. Always schedule your campaigns to send during normal working hours in your prospect's time zone. Why? Because if you send an email at 2 AM, you look like a bot. If you send an email between 9 to 5, you look like a real person. It's a small change that massively boosts reply rate. Disable open tracking. Most beginners leave open tracking on, but here's the problem. Open tracking pixels actually hurt deliverability. They tip off spam filters, so turn it off. You don't really care if someone opened, you care if they replied. Stop on reply. This one's obvious but easy to miss. If someone replies to your email, you don't want your follow-ups going out automatically. It looks sloppy and unprofessional, so make sure your settings are set to stop sequence on reply. Provider matching. Here's a sneaky little hack most people don't know. If you're using Gmail inboxes, prioritize sending to Gmail addresses. If you're using Outlook inboxes, prioritize sending to Outlook addresses. Why? Because provider to provider matching increases deliverability. It's a smoother handoff and it helps your emails land in the inbox instead of spam. Daily send limits. Finally, and this one's huge, respect your daily spending limits. When you're warming up inboxes, never push them too hard. A safe rule is 30 to 50 emails per day per warm domain. So if you have 10 inboxes warmed up, that's 300 to 500 emails per day safely. Push too far and you burn your domain, and once the domain is blacklisted, it's basically useless. Here's the bottom line. Schedule your campaigns like a professional. Send during business hours, turn off risky settings, match Gmail to Gmail or Outlook to Outlook, and stick to safe daily limits. Small details like this make a big difference. They protect your domains, boost deliverability, and keep your campaigns performing consistently over the long run. I'm going to show you exactly how to upload your leads into Instantly and get your campaign up and running. So what you want to do is go to add new, name your campaign. I'm just going to name this as test, click continue, add leads, and this is where you can upload your leads. So if you have your CSV up and running, you can upload that. What you want to do is make sure that the email, first name and last name are matching. That way when you send your email, you have enough information to make sure you personalize it. But you can add other information like company size, city, the country, things like that. It's really down to you, but I like to keep my emails really short and simple. And then what you want to do is click on upload all. And from here, you can start creating your first email campaign. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we're going to create our actual email that we're going to send to our leads. I've got a few copy and paste templates, which I'm going to use, and you can access that in our free school community. As I'm copying that over, I'll talk you through exactly what to think about when creating your email. So let's begin. Here are my emails I got here. Let me just copy the first email over. You can copy and paste these emails, put it into ChatGPT, and make it work for your niche and your offer. So let me quickly just read out these emails. So the subject line, quit chasing dead leads. Super short, super simple, only 4 words, and it's something that can get a lead to click and open the email and hopefully respond. Now when it comes to the body, you want to make sure it's around 80 words to 100 words. Nothing too long, because no one wants to read a whole essay when they're opening an email, right? So I'll quickly just read it out. Hey, first name, I'm Emma from Roofing Robert. Tired of wasting time chasing leads that go nowhere? We deliver exclusive pre-qualified roofing leads verified by phone and SMS, so you only speak with serious homeowners ready to buy. No fake inquiries, no tire kickers, just real opportunities to grow your business. Interested? Let me know and I'll send over the details. So again, very short, very simple, and it's something that you could use and get started straight away. Now what you want to do next is add a follow-up email. So just click on add step, and it says here send next message in 1 day, right? You want to add 2 to 3 days between your next follow-up email. That way it gives a chance for the lead to actually see your email, and if they don't see that, then they'll get the next follow-up email. And we probably want to send maybe 2 or 3 emails just to make sure we get seen and we're on their radar. However, some people do suggest that you keep on sending follow-up emails until they respond. I personally don't do that, but again, it's really down to you. I like to keep it really short and simple. 1 initial email and then 2 to 3 follow-up emails. So that's what we're going to do. So go to step 2. From there we can copy the follow-up email. Now when it comes to the subject line for the follow-up email, I actually like to leave it empty, because I want to make sure that the follow-up email is actually attached to the initial email, so they'll see like a chain of emails. So make sure the subject line is left alone. And again, the follow-up email, very short and simple. Hey, first name, I hope you're well. Are you still interested in taking on qualified roofing leads? Let me know so I can send them your way best. And again, very short, very simple. These first few emails is just to get them to respond. That's it. Don't add a booking link or anything like that. It will get flagged as spam. So just leave it like this, just pure text, no images, no attachments. And then again, we'll just add a next step. And then let's just say 3 days from that email, we'll send our last email. Something like this. Hey, first name, just bumping this up. If you're not interested, let me know and I'll stop bothering you. That's it. Very easy, very simple. And again, if you want to preview the email, you can just click on preview and it'll give you an idea on how it looks when someone opens the email. And as you can see, really short, really simple. Now let's talk about scheduling your emails. Again, we want to make sure that our emails get seen. So don't be sending emails at 2 a.m. because of course no one's going to open it, right? So send your emails between 9 and 5 p.m. or 9 to 6 p.m. when people are actually at the office, at their desk, and it's a higher chance of you getting a response. So right here under timing, we want to change this to 9 to 5 p.m. and then we can leave the time zone to your time zone. So just pick your time zone, and then the days, of course, Monday to Friday. That's it. Don't pick weekend because of course you're not going to get a response. So that's how you would go and schedule your emails. Now we're going to look at applying some settings so you can start sending out your email campaigns. So under options, you'll come across this page, and let's actually go through this one by one. So under accounts to use, very simply you can choose what emails you want to use. In this demo account, I just have this email that's not active. I don't use it, so don't be sending me emails. Just choose whatever emails that you have warmed up. Under stop sending emails and reply, make sure this is clicked to enable because we don't want our leads to continue getting emails once they reply to us. It just makes us look unprofessional and super spammy. When it comes to open tracking, make sure this is disabled because we don't really care if they open the email, we just care if they respond to us. Under delivery optimization, we want to make sure that we send emails as text only, so make sure to tick this box. When it comes to daily limit, we want to send anywhere between 30 to 50 emails per day per domain. So if you have 3 domains, you can send anywhere between 90 and 150 emails, okay? So work out the math yourself. Now you want to start off on the lower end, so in this case it would be 90 emails per day for those 3 domains, and eventually work up to sending 150 emails per day, so 50 emails per domain, okay? So start on the smaller end and work your way up. And it's as simple as that. It doesn't take too long. Keep your email short and sweet. You can start sending emails literally by the end of the week once you've purchased your domains. Once your domains have been warmed up, which will take 2 to 3 weeks, you can get your campaigns up and running within the day. So that's really all it takes. Alright, now let's talk about the Unibox. This is one of the most powerful features inside Instantly because instead of logging into 10 different inboxes and losing track of conversations, everything rolls into one single place. So what you want to do is you want to come down and click down here on the Unibox. Here's how it works. All replies are in one dashboard. Every reply from every inbox you're using flows straight into the Unibox. That means no more bouncing around between accounts, no more did a reply from this domain or that one. It's all centralized. One view, one workspace. Smart auto tagging. Instantly doesn't just collect emails, it also auto tags them. As you can see, this one's marked interested, but there are many other tags down below here. So you can see, meeting booked, meeting completed, one, out of office, wrong person, not interested, lost. And you can also create your own label if you really wanted to. And the beauty is, if the tag isn't perfect, you can always re-tag manually. That keeps your pipeline clean. For example, I can change this from interested to meeting booked, just like that. One of the other great things I love about this is that you don't need to leave the platform to respond. You can reply directly inside the Unibox. Just like Gmail or Outlook, that means faster responses and you keep everything tied to the campaign it came from. All you have to do is go down here to reply and just send you a follow-up email. You can also add notes to any lead. For example, for this specific lead, I've added a note that says John only wants residential roofing. That way, if you're working with a VA or sales rep, these notes make collaboration seamless. And all you have to do is click on this button here and then add your note. Add note, just like that. One-click follow-ups. This is one of my favorite hacks. With one click, you can set reminders like nudge me in 3 days or follow up next week. No messy spreadsheets, no sticky notes. Instantly keeps track of all of it for you. And all you have to do is go to here, set a reminder, and then just create a reminder, set it to what you want, and then set a reminder. Just like that. In short, the Unibox keeps you organized, responsive, and professional. It's not just an inbox, it's a lightweight CRM built into your cold email tool. Now let's move on to the opportunities board. So come down here, go to CRM, and then opportunities. Think of this as your pipeline, the control center of your sales process. It's where you keep track of every single prospect from first reply all the way until they sign. Here's how it works. Stage 1 is here. Interested. They've replied positively, but they haven't booked a call yet. They're warm, but not locked in. Stage 2, meeting booked. They're on your calendar and the call has been scheduled. Stage 3, meeting completed. The call has happened. Now you can decide, are they a win, a follow-up, or a pass? And finally, stage 4, 1. These are closed deals. Signed, sealed, and paid. And moving deals between stages is simple. All you have to do is drag and drop the card from one column to the next. So all I have to do is move this lead from interested all the way to meeting booked. Just like that. It keeps everything visual, clean, and impossible to forget. No more messy spreadsheets. Now here's where it gets powerful. Every card can carry a deal value. For example, in this opportunity board right here, we've marked every lead to be worth $1,000. As you can see in the interested column, we have $3,000 worth of leads. Likewise, we have $2,000 worth of leads in the meeting booked, $7,000 in the meeting completed section, and $9,000 worth of deals that has already been won. You can also see the total up here. This clarity changes everything. You instantly know where the bottleneck is, whether you need more bookings, better follow-ups, or to push harder on closing. The opportunities board makes your sales process visual, simple, and revenue focused. This is how you stop losing leads in the shuffle and start running your business like a predictable machine. Now, once your campaigns are running, it's not just about blasting emails and hoping for the best. You've got to track the numbers and track them properly. Here's the rhythm I recommend. Weekly check-in. At least once a week, look at the full flow of your campaigns. How many emails did you send? How many replies did you get? Out of those, how many were positive replies? And from those positive replies, how many turned into real opportunities? Meaning book calls, trial leads, or deals. Think of this as your funnel. Email sent, replies, positive replies, opportunities. When you look at it laid out like that, it's easy to see exactly where the bottleneck is. For example, if you're sending loads of emails but hardly getting replies, your subject lines probably need work. If you're getting replies but very few positive, your message isn't resonating. And if you're getting plenty of booked calls but can't get deals across the line, the issue is with your sales calls. Make one change at a time. This is where most beginners mess up. They tweak 5 different things at once and then they've got no idea what actually worked. So here's the rule. Change one variable at a time. That could be a new subject line, a slightly different CTA, a different angle in the copy. Pick one, let it run for 3 to 5 days, then reassess. If you see an improvement, great, keep it up. If not, roll it back and test something else. Stay patient. Remember, email is a game of data and consistency. You're not going to know after sending 20 emails whether something works. You need a proper sample size, at least a few hundred emails sent before you can judge if your change made a real difference. At the end of the day, track numbers weekly. Change one thing at a time, give it a fair test, and you'll always know exactly what's driving results. Benchmarks to stay sane. When you're running cold email, it's easy to get in your own head. You send 100 emails, nobody replies, and you start thinking the whole thing doesn't work. That's why you need benchmarks. Numbers that tell you whether you're on track or whether something's actually broken. Reply rate. For most B2B service niches, a healthy reply rate sits between 1 and 3%. That means for every 100 emails you send, 1 to 3 people should reply. Now, not every reply will be positive. Some will say, not interested. That's fine. The point is, people are opening, reading, and engaging. Positive replies. Here's a number that really matters. How many positive replies you get. As a rule of thumb, one solid positive response for every 300 to 500 emails is enough to keep your calendar busy. Think about it. If you send 1500 emails in a month, that could mean 3 to 5 potential clients. And if you close 1 to 2 of those leads, you can make anywhere between 2 to 5k in a short period of time. Red flags. If your reply rate drops below 0.5% after sending 1,000 emails, that's a sign something's broken. Usually it comes down to 3 things. List quality. Are you actually reaching out to the right decision makers? Subject clarity. Does your subject line look spammy or is it clear and relevant? First line personalization. Does your opener sound like it was written for them or does it look like a mass send? Even small tweaks can change everything. For example, swapping a subject line like quick question to roofing jobs in California can instantly double your open rate. At the end of the day, don't panic if you're not drowning in replies. Stick to the benchmarks. If you're in that 1 to 3% reply range and getting one solid lead for every few hundred emails, you're on the right track. Deliverability and domain safety. Now let's talk about something a lot of beginners overlook. Deliverability. This is what decides whether your cold emails actually land in someone's inbox or disappear into spam. Here's what you need to know. Multiple domains. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. Buy 5 to 20 domains and set up 2 to 3 inboxes on each. That gives you plenty of sending capacity and it spreads the risk. If one domain gets flagged, your whole outreach machine doesn't go down. Warm up period. Once your domain and inboxes are live, you can't just start blasting emails. You need to warm them up first, for at least 2 to 3 weeks minimum. That means sending a handful of low risk emails each day, gradually increasing volumes so the domain builds a good reputation. Think of it like going to the gym. You wouldn't try lift 100 kilos on day 1. You build up over time. Consistency beats bursts. Cold email is about rhythm. Sending consistently every single day is far better than blasting 1,000 emails in one go. Big bursts look suspicious to email providers and they'll punish you for it. Ramp gradually, stay steady and let the numbers compound. Authentication. Now this one sounds technical, but don't worry. It's more of an FYI than something you need to stress over. Your email hosting provider will usually handle this for you automatically, so you don't need to spend hours digging into the tech side. Here's what's happening in the background. SPF. It proves your email really came from your domain. DKIM. It encrypts your message so it can't be tampered with. DMARC. It tells inboxes what to do if an email fails those checks. Think of these like your passport and ID card for email. Without them, inboxes won't trust you and you'll end up in spam. But again, don't overthink this. If you're using a proper email hosting provider, they've already sorted it for you. Avoid attachments in your first email. Never send attachments in your very first cold email. They trigger spam filters instantly. If you want to share a PDF or a guide, host it online. Google Drive, Dropbox, or on your own website, and link to it instead. Plain text over HTML. When you're starting out, keep your emails plain text. Heavy HTML designs, fancy graphics, or lots of images can hurt deliverability. Plain text looks like a real person typed it, and that's what inboxes prefer. Think of your domains as valuable assets. Warm them up properly, authenticate them, spread your sends across multiple inboxes, and keep your first touch email simple and clean. Do this and you consistently land in the inbox, which is half the battle in cold email. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Let's talk about troubleshooting your cold email campaigns. Because if you're sending emails and not seeing results, you need to know what to look for and what to fix. Bounce rate above 3%. If more than 3 out of every 100 emails are bouncing, that means your data isn't clean. It usually means the emails you're sending to are old, inactive, or simply fake. The fix is simple. Re-enrich your list or switch to a cleaner one. Use tools like Million Verify or Zero Bounce to verify before you send. Remember, high bounces damage your sender reputation, which pushes you towards spam. How to handle look spammy replies. If prospects are replying with things like, "This looks like spam," that's feedback you should take seriously. It usually means your emails are too long, too fluffy, or filled with hype words like free, guarantee, or no cost. Trim it down. Write like you're talking to a mate over text, and never ask for a call in the first email. It's too much too soon. Just aim for a reply. No positive replies after 1,000 sends. If you send 1,000 emails and still haven't had a single good response, the issue isn't deliverability, it's your offer or your angle. Your value isn't clear enough or your call to action is too heavy. Try tightening your offer. Instead of asking for a meeting straight away, send a short outline or a quick checklist first. Make it easy for them to say yes without a big commitment. Inbox blocks. If your emails suddenly stop delivering and inboxes are blocking you, slow down. Don't panic. Reduce your sending volume, rotate across different domains, and double check your authentication. SPF, DKIM, and DMARC should all be properly set up. Once things stabilize, you can ramp back up gradually. Remember, cold email is a numbers game, but is also a systems game. When something breaks, don't throw the whole system away. Just fix the part that's not working, keep sending, and stay consistent. And if you'd like ready to send email templates to make your cold outreach a lot easier, join my free school community. It's where beginners share resources, compare notes, and run the same playbook together. You'll find a link below this video. I'll see you on the inside.